Libras, it's Nick and Nala. Hope you guys are doing amazing. It's for all my Libras, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, men, and women. We're covering the 3rd-ish week of August, 16th to the 22nd. We have quite a few things happening this week, so I'll just run it down quickly. So right at the beginning on Monday the 16th, Venus is entering Libra, your sign, where it's home, where it likes to be. So this is overall speaking of peace, love, harmony, companionship, but also a lot of compromising within our personal relationships, friends, family, romantic partners. So if you were having issues with someone, you may find that at this time or during the next few weeks, you guys may be finding a middle ground, coming to a peaceful solution, or if you are talking to someone or maybe meeting someone, there may be more acceptance or more just like finding some kind of solution. Okay, so love and romance may be up in the air, and this may be helping you, and you may be feeling the energies really well. And then a few days later, Uranus in Taurus is retrograding. So again, this is bringing up that fear of change due to staying too attached, fixed on old belief system, structures, patterns, ways of doing things. And we may see that clearly playing out in the world, law, legislation, stuff like that. And then we're ending off the week on Sunday, the 22nd, with entering Virgo season and also getting hit with a double full moon in Aquarius. So this is the second full moon in Aquarius happening this month. So this is giving us a chance to look back, revisit, another opportunity to take our big ideas, our thoughts, and now put it into action. Now get it on paper, get to the nitty gritty. Like, let's not talk about it now, think about it, let's be about it. What can we do now? Can we find practical solutions? Put those ideas into action now. So that's something that's going to be playing out. And it's not like a exact opposition, but still a very tense alignment. So we may find overall like it's a little bit of a hard time in realizing that things are changing and very unpredictable, but it's more just like adjusting to it, accepting that things are never going to be the same again. We just got to adjust and go with the changes, even if it's uncomfortable. Like, we just got to do it. Okay, all right, so we're going to be covering a little bit of health, work, and love. I'll have a link to the extended reading below in the description box if you're interested afterwards. If you want to follow me on Instagram, Nicloves with 2 eyes. And if you're ever interested in a personal reading from me, email or phone session, just email me. My email's below, niicloves@gmail.com. Okay? All right, perfect. So, Libras, when it comes to your health, we have the 5 of Wands. So, don't react this week. Don't react, because you may be faced with maybe people being aggressive with you, or a lot of friction, maybe you kind of being mad at yourself or people being mad at you. Careful with being around hot things, fires, or things that are really hot, or things overheating, or like something catching fire or getting too hot. Be careful with those things. But also I'm getting the main thing that's being repeated to me is like, don't react. Like, if you're driving and there's like road rage drivers around you trying to cut you off, like, you may be tempted to flick them off or be like, hey, what are you doing? But just don't react. I'm also being encouraged to tell you and maybe remind you, if you already know, that anger weakens your immune system. Like, it literally weakens your immune system. And that's not my spiritual self telling you this. Like, I'm reading this book called Emotional Intelligence, and it's given like these scientific facts, and it backs it up that, like, I forget the exact process, but the anger that we feel, it translates into a developing plaque in our arteries and our heart, and that ends up translating into higher risk of heart disease, heart attack, stroke, stuff like that. So be really mindful, check yourself, try not to get too riled up or let people get aggressive with you or let them provoke you, right? Because a lot of times if you don't add fuel to the fire, it'll just it'll die out on its own. But there could be even people, places, things that are kind of like being mean to you, or just being extra aggressive with you for no reason. And as a Libra, you guys know, like, Libras tend to get a lot of hate, or people hate on us. I'm not a Libra, but I'm Libra rising. people tend to hate on Libras for like no reason sometimes. Could just be how you are, how you look, I don't know, anything. So just try not to react as much this week, and try not to let it like raise your blood pressure or get your heart pumping. Like, you just don't give it attention, okay? I know it's really hard, it's easier said than done, but just use it as a reminder, like, you know what, this is not worth it. It's okay, whatever, I'm not gonna add fuel to the fire, okay? But also just be aware, be careful around fire or hot things, okay? I don't want you to burn yourself. All right, so when it comes to your work, school, career, and finances, we have the 8 of Wands. So you may be really busy this week, Libras. You could be getting a lot of emails, phone calls, you may have a lot of meetings maybe, interviews or things you need to get done, but I feel like there's a lot of action. This is not the time to procrastinate. You may be really busy, or you're in a time crunch. You're gonna be busy, you're gonna be working, okay? You're gonna have a lot of things to do. Maybe you're like running around and moving things, or talking to people and then making another call and then moving this, and you gotta go there, you gotta go there. You could be driving a lot as well. It just feels like things are moving up, but I think this is good busy, because this probably means you're making more money, or things are growing, okay? 8 is all about expansion, strength, prosperity, abundance. So it looks like your money is growing, or you're seeking, there's more opportunities, more options, and as long as you put your time, energy into things that are good for you, or are gonna see, they're gonna see results, okay? So things are moving, things are pushing. You may be really busy. Like, let's say you have you're a real estate agent or something. You may have a lot of clients, or a lot of sales, a lot of listing appointments, a lot of things happening. So you may be busy, but this is a good thing for you, okay? So just manage your time wisely this week as much as possible, okay? All right, so when it comes to your love, relationships, and dating life, okay? So on your end here, we have the Page of Swords, 8 of Cups, and 10 of Pentacles. And then on this side for this person, we have the Emperor, sorry, 4 of Wands, and the 5 of Swords in reverse. I think my AC just turned on. I'm sorry if it's loud. Hopefully you could still hear me. It doesn't disturb you. Because if I don't have it on, guys, like, I'm gonna be sweating like a wet dog, and it's not a cute look, okay? It's not a cute look. Anyways, so as far as who you could be dealing with, I feel like it could be an Aries, which I could understand why there could be opposition here, because your Aries is opposite of Libra. And I know, because my mom is an Aries and my brother's a Libra, and guess what? They fight a lot. Like, they love each other, but they're always arguing or fight. Even if it's just play fighting, always arguing. And I'm always like the middleman. I'm always the peacemaker. Anyways, so yeah, it could be an Aries, maybe another fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or another air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And then I had an ex that I dated whose parents were Aries and Libra, and they're already divorced, and you know, they're okay now, but I always find Aries and Libra connections are always like very chaotic. Anyways, so I feel here that you may be doing some digging, some researching, Googling, getting some information. You're trying to like search this person up, or you're trying to figure things out, get insight about them, or maybe asking about them if people around you know about them. But you may be doing some searching, you're doing some digging, and you know what they say, right? If you don't, be careful, because sometimes when you do digging and searching, you may not like what you find, so you gotta be prepared. Be prepared for the worst. You gotta always be prepared. Like, if I dig too deep, I may most likely probably find something that I don't like. So that's why I always suggest, in the beginning is when you want to do all that digging. In the beginning is when you need to do all that vetting. You need to find out as much as possible. You need to figure out in the beginning if this is a qualified partner, or someone you would want to maybe be in a relationship with. Because if you find out early on in the beginning, it's much easier to walk away or to cut it off than later when you're emotionally attached to the person and there's already memories, you already spent time with them. It's harder to cut someone off. But if you do it early on in the beginning, it's a lot easier, and you save yourself time and heartbreak. So hopefully if this is someone you already know, or you just started dating, or you haven't met them yet, figure this out early on. Libras, you will save yourself a lot of time and heartache. And I'm not saying you can find out everything about someone right away, but the most important things, that's what you want to know. So do your research, do your background checks or whatever you got to do, with permission hopefully, but just find out as much as you can. So it looks like this week, or you may have already found out, you're going to be getting some information, but what you find is going to break the deal for you. It's going to be a deal breaker. Okay, so you're going to find something you may not like, or it just may not be okay with you. It's a deal breaker, but it sucks because you really did have hope for this person. I feel like they are really attractive, or they seem to be really a strong leader, maybe really good looking, really attractive, someone who seems strong and has their ish together. From the exterior, it seemed to like they have it going on, like they seem to have all the things that you like. But as you find out more, as you dug a little bit deeper, maybe what they shared with you or what you thought about them was true was not actually true. So you may find something out, either that they didn't tell you, or you may find out maybe something that they did tell you was like half the truth. So it could be either or. I don't feel like they completely lied to you, but they may have like left some things out, if that makes sense. Okay, strategically left some things out. So and you're gonna walk away, or you're gonna just like, no, I don't want to deal with this. So I'm seeing like a few different scenarios. So you may find out maybe this person is still kind of with someone, or separated, or in the process of getting divorced, or maybe they're still kind of in connection with someone, but it's like they're not with them, or like it's kind of complicated. They could be in a still like complicated situation. Okay, let's just say that it could be a complicated situation, but they're not with them, but it's just complicated, and you're like, oh no, I don't want to deal with that. There could also be another situation where maybe this person made it seem like they have all these things, but those things don't actually belong to them. They're tied with someone else. Like, I actually am 50-50 in this property with my ex-spouse or something. So something that they have doesn't actually really belong to them, and there's another owner. So that could also be another thing. You're like, I don't know, but I feel like it's kind of complicated. Okay, but it feels like you find out something, you're like, I don't want to be associated with that. Like, no thanks. Like, I'm gonna save myself. I just don't feel like it's gonna work out, and I just don't think this is gonna do it for me. But they start freaking out, and I think they didn't tell you, or they purposely left it out, possibly not because they wanted to deceive you or get away with anything, but they just were afraid maybe they wouldn't meet your expectations, and maybe thought it was just better to like keep it from you or hide it and try to see if they can win you over in other ways. So I think they're gonna be really bummed that you walk away, or that you cut them off, or you stop talking to them. And I think you're doing so in a very like classy, graceful way. You're not like being mean or disrespectful or anything like that. I feel like that's not you at all. But you're doing it in a very just like cordial, polite way. But they're gonna want to resolve things with you. I feel like they're gonna want to talk to you. They're gonna still try to reach out to you, or call you, or text you, because they don't want to leave things like this. They want to resolve it. So you may be totally like, nope, no thanks, bye. But I think they're gonna still try to contact you or fix things with you. So you can probably expect a phone call or a message from them, possibly, unless you block them or something. But I feel like they're still gonna want to try, and you're like, nope, I want a serious relationship, I want marriage, I want kids, I want this and that, whatever your expectations are. You're like, this doesn't fit my needs, so I'm gonna move on to the next. Thank you so much. And I think this is gonna be a great step for you, because now that you kind of know your expectations, when something early on is already a red flag, you're like, nope, I'm gonna save myself the trouble, and I already can tell this is gonna be bad news. So props to you for finding that out, or doing the work in the beginning so you don't have to do it later on. Okay, so sometimes rejection is divine protection. In this case, you were divinely guided to do that searching or finding information, and you found out what you need to find out, and maybe it wasn't what you wanted, but it helped you make your decision and saved you time. Okay, so we're gonna dive in deeper in the extended to get more information, see where their energy is at, What are they thinking? What are they feeling when it comes to you? What they maybe else don't want you to know that you should know, and what their next action move will be towards you, and then also your advice, okay? All right, so we'll continue this on in the extended. Link will be below. Hopefully I'll see you there. If not, I'll see you for our next reading. Take care, and I wish you guys all the best. Have a beautiful rest of your day. See you next week.